Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys at number 3 on WJRD's Top 11 Plus 50 survey of October 31st, 1966. A book could be written about this record. I'll just cover just the surface of it, if that. Brian Wilson, he recorded this song or spearheaded this song, recorded at four different studios, different parts, recorded at 4 different record studios. And the production cost, the total production cost of this record was estimated between $50,000 to $75,000 in 1966, an ungodly amount of money to be spending on producing a record in 1966. You know what that's equivalent to now? In 2017, estimated cost of $370,000 to $550,000. $550,000, that's equivalent to $500,000 right there. Talk about a lot of energy, a lot of heart and soul, a lot of money poured into this record, but it did pay off. Brian Wilson experimented with the cello. That was part of his genius. He was willing to use instruments that you don't hear that often in rock and roll records. The cello, the harp, and the electro-theremin. Electro-theremin helped make this song, particularly at the end. Boy, it was killer. Brian Wilson, what helped to spawn this record was Brian Wilson's fascination with cosmic vibrations. His mom used to say that dogs would bark at people. His mom told him one time that dogs would bark at people because they emanated bad vibrations. And when Mike Love, when he heard the backing track of this record, this was before the lyrics were written, Mike Love was like, oh God, this is so avant-garde. This is totally unlike Help Me Rhonda and Surfing USA. How is this going to play out in Birmingham and in the Midwest? How's this going to play in Middle America? Listen to this theremin. What are people going to make of that? Therefore, Mike Love conceived this record as a flower power anthem. Sort of like Scott McKenzie, if you're going to San Francisco, be sure to wear flowers in your hair. Sort of a flowery record of sorts that reflected the psychedelic, the flower power movement that was taking place, that was starting to gather momentum in Southern California and in San Francisco by 1966, going to 1967. Here, I'll read you this. I'll read you what a writer said, and I think he summed it up really well. It's part of what he said. His name was Bruce Gordon. Here's what he writes, quote unquote. Well, quote first. Good Vibrations succeeds in suggesting the healthy emanations that should result from psychic tranquility and inner peace. The word vibrations have been employed by students of Eastern philosophy and acid heads for a variety of purposes, but Brian Wilson, uses it here to suggest a kind of extrasensory experience. Here's a song that suggests inner space, maybe inner peace in some parts of this record. So well produced. And parts of this record, the vocals, you could take the vocals, take a track of vocals, add another track of vocals, and then add another track and another track and another track, and it gives you this effect that you're listening to 20 voices at the same time. Such is the magic that you can do in a recording studio. Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys at number 3 on WJRD's Top 11 Plus 50 survey of October 31st, 1966.